Okay, friends, today we're going to continue with Junie B, First Grader Shipwrecked by Barbara Park, Chapter 5, Monday morning. Dear First Grade Journal, 18 facts. I got 18 facts. I can't wait to choose my part in the play. This is going to be the time of my life, I tell you. From Junie B. P.S. 2 more kids are sick from school today. Plus, Lenny just went to the nurse. P.S. again, Sheldon is wearing sandwich bags on his hands today. It is to keep Jones off, I believe. Just then, Mr. Scary finished taking attendance. He said to please put our journals away. As you can see, we're missing 3 more classmates today, he said, kind of frustrated. It's going to be hard to do a play with so many people absent, but we'll keep our fingers crossed that our classmates will be back in time to participate. Just then, we heard a rushy sound. Sheldon was crossing his fingers inside his sandwich bags. After he got done, he waved to Mr. Scary very pleasantly. Mr. Scary looked at him for a real long time. Then he waved back. Finally, he stood up and walked to the board. Boys and girls, I thought it would be fun to base our play on the facts you gathered for your homework, he said. He picked up the chalk. If you have a fact you'd like to share, raise your hand and I'll write it on the board. Then, when we've listed all our facts, we will choose our play parts, he said. Now, who would like to go first? Jose shot his hand up in the air, speedy quick. I would, I have a poem, he said. Then he jumped right up and he started to read. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. He had 3 ships and left from Spain. He sailed through sunshine, wind, and rain. Mr. Scary smiled. Nice, Jose. That's a great poem you found, he said. Now, let's have some more facts. He wrote them down. Number 1, Columbus was a sailor. Number 2, he had 3 ships. Number 3, he sailed from Spain. Number 4, the year was 1942. Just then, Sheldon started waving his plastic hands urgently. I know the names of the ships! He called out. They are the Nina, the Pita, and the Santa Maria. Excellent job, Sheldon, said Mr. Scary. He printed the names on the board. Nina, Pita, Santa Maria. Then Mr. Scary started to call on someone else, but Sheldon stood up and read more of his paper. Columbus sailed across the Atlantic Ocean and he landed on some islands near America, he read. Mr. Scary started adding new facts to his list. Number 6, sailed the Atlantic Ocean. Number 7, arrived in islands near America. Okay, well, thank you again, Sheldon, he said. Now, I think we should let someone else have a... Sheldon interrupted. My Uncle Vern sailed an island once, he said. He came back with a woman named Bunny. Sheldon kept on standing there. Aunt Bunny has tattoos, he said. After that, Mr. Scary hurried to Sheldon's desk and put him back in his chair. May went next. My facts are about the Mayflower, she said. The Mayflower is the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America, and so I was going to be a Mayflower in the Columbus play, because both of our names start with May. Mr. Scary looked curious at her. Yes, but the Mayflower didn't sail to America until 100 years after Columbus, he said. I know it, she said. But both of our names start with May. Don't you get it? Yes, May, I get it, said Mr. Scary. But I can't change history, so I'm afraid the Mayflower won't be selling in our Columbus play. May sat down in a huff. Lucille stood right up. My facts are about the Witchy Queen of Spain, she said. The Witchy Queen of Spain was called Isabella, and she gave Chris the money for the trip. So I'm going to be the Witchy Queen Isabella in the play, because if there's one thing I know, it's how to be rich. Jose raised his hand. You shouldn't call him Chris, Lucille, he said. In Spain, they called him Cristobal Colombo. Lucille made squinty eyes at him. Cristobal, whatever, she said. A queen can call you whatever she wants to. She fluffed her hair and sat down. That's when I sprung it up and I waved my paper all around. 18 facts! I have 18 facts, I said, really happy. And so, listen to this, people. The Nina is the smallest ship. The Pita is the fastest ship. And the Santa Maria is the big old tug. Mr. Scary winked at me. Those are outstanding ship facts, Junie B, said Mr. Scary. Great job. He printed them on the board. And guess what? After that, Shirley told him even more ship facts. And so that's how the whole rest of the morning kept going. Room 1 kept on telling him facts, and Mr. Scary kept on writing them down. Then finally, we told him every fact in the book. Then, that's when the funniest part all happened, because Mr. Scary walked around the room and he counted how many facts each of us had listed on our papers. And wait till you hear this. He said we had a tie, because me and my friend Jose both had 18 facts. We jumped out of our seats and gave each other a high five. Then we skipped around the desk, very joyful. Plus, I skipped to the pencil sharpener and back. Mr. Scary came back and shook our hands. He said we would get to choose our play parts when we came back from lunch. And so meanwhile, we should be thinking about the parts that we want. Yeah, only I already know what part I want, I said, real thrilled. And it is the bestest part you can think of. Only I'm going to keep it a secret till after lunch, and so nobody asks me. And I mean it. After that, I pretended to lock my lips with a make-believe key and throw it away. Herb turned around. You mean you're not even gonna tell me? He said, kind of disappointed. I got out my key and unlocked my lips. Okay, except for I will just tell Herb, and that is all. I locked my lips again. Jose frowned at me. I unlocked my lips one more time. Plus, also, I will tell Jose. But that is my final offer, and I mean it. Just then, Shirley gave me a big huff. Okay, fine, Aunt Shirley, I said. That's when Sheldon raised his hand and pointed to himself. Then all the other children pointed to themselves too. And so that day at lunch, I whispered my secret to everyone in room 1. But that was all. All right, friends. That's chapter 5. See you tomorrow.